guys, welcome to Everyday Family Adventure. I'm Trent.
And I'm Siobhan.
We're so glad you're joining us. This week we are in Bar Harbor, Maine.
This place is incredible.
It's incredible. Right next to Acadia National Park. Beautiful views that we've seen on the East Coast so far.
I would have to say too that Acadia has like gone up to the top of my list of favorite places.
Favorite national parks too?
Yeah, favorite national parks.
Yeah.
Just in a totally different way than the parks that are out on the West Coast.
Right.
Just absolutely spectacular.
Every national park has like its unique thing that just makes it something special. And this one definitely does. The views are gorgeous. The water,
turquoise and clear and
tons of fun to play in, tons of rocks.
Well, the water's not really fun to play in.
Well, like
in fact, you're not
kick your feet around in it. You know, yeah.
I guess they say that the water there, you have 30 minutes till hypothermia sets in.
Something like that.
In the water, like even in the dead of summer, if you're in the water for more than 30 minutes, that you'll get hypothermia because it's so cold.
Well, what made this place so interesting to us is we played a show in the area, which was awesome, and we made some great friends and connections there. But we met up with a family in Portland with our friends Corey and Jesse Nickerson from last week's episode, which you can watch that up here. And we didn't put this couple on because they ended up coming up with us to Bar Harbor.
Yeah.
And we hung out with them for like the whole weekend.
Yeah, that's so cool about like the nomadic community is that you meet people and you're all of a sudden connected, you know. You're just suddenly friends, and so we just made really quick friends with Dave and Jenny. Yeah, we went to the Abbey Museum. It's actually in Acadia. Well, it's in Bar Harbor, but it's kind of part of the Acadia story, and they actually had like a children's area downstairs that was really, really well done, and it ended up being a good thing because on this day it just rained.
Well, it was cold, like so cold we had to bust out the winter jackets.
Yeah. And
we went early that morning to do something that we had found out from Jenny, which was really cool. We went to go and walk across the Bar Island, which you can only do that at low tide. Because there becomes a land bridge. And I thought that was the coolest
It's super cool. So like we took the boys across it, and it was fun, and you could see there was all these little tide pools with little sea creatures in it. But then a few hours later, after we had gone to the museum because it started raining, we drove back by and we were like, look guys, look over there. It's the whole little walkway that we went on was completely gone, and it just looked like the ocean, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The Bar Harbor is unique. It's one of these, like what we found, very tourist stop places. Cruise ships port there.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because at the beginning of this episode, I put on there our little shot from the mountain where we caught the Holland America ship. Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so Cadillac Mountain is another incredible place in Acadia National Park. And it's this big, it's called a mountain, but it's more like a big mound, wouldn't you say?
It is a mountain,
like a big,
but it has
granite.
A lot of flat on the top, and you can go right to the top of it.
Yeah, we went up to the top of it, and you could see down in the harbor. You could see the whole harbor and all of these really cool, like, misty clouds come across.
Yeah,
and the Holland America ship was down there, which is a cool thing for us because we went on a Holland America cruise.
It kind of sparked the memory.
For our honeymoon.
Yeah, it was
like almost 15 years ago.
Oh.
Almost 15 years.
I love you still so much.
I love you too.
So the campground that we stayed at was called, do you remember the name of it?
Bar Harbor Campground.
Oh, it's pretty simple. There's lots of campgrounds around. But this was actually really cool. It was a lot less expensive than the KOA around.
Even though it was the closest campground to the entrance to the national park.
It was cash only.
And they have no reservations there.
Yeah, they only have just a few sites that are like full hookup, and they have like the best views. So if you can nab those, it's first come, first serve.
It is first come, first serve. So you come in, you go and find a spot, and then you come back and tell them the spot that you picked, and then they charge you for whatever spot you picked, because some of them are 30 amp, some are 50 amp, and
yeah, we got a 30 amp, and I mean it was a nice place. It was just really relaxing. Kids got to play on the playground, and I took them for a walk and got some soda. So every once in a while, Siobhan just needs a good little break, and I get to play with the boys. So we went out for a little walk. I got them some sodas, and check this out. I'm holding tons of stuff. Bennett's got some soda. Oh, I just dropped the scooter. But I got this really cool stuff called Moxie. It's a Maine soda, and it's really good. And Graham fell, so I gotta go catch him. It was interesting. I mean, when you're in the places, you gotta try it. So if you're in Maine, you have to try it.
It's a Maine thing, right?
It's a Maine thing.
Yeah.
You have to try it.
You know what else we noticed in Maine? And we also noticed this on the movies from Anne of Green Gables, which was filmed in Prince Edward Island.
Which we're going to next week, so you don't want to miss next week's episode.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. But we first noticed it in Maine, and maybe someone out there can help me. There is a bird.
Yeah.
There's a bird that we kept hearing every morning. This bird would wake us up when we were out in Bar Harbor, and it had a very specific song. And I was like, that's a very interesting song, and I've never heard it. And then when we watched Anne of Green Gables, we heard the same exact bird.
It was like, dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
dun, dun. We recorded it, and we were like, let's write a song like that, you know? That's good.
It's like a good melody.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Anyways, if you know what bird,
like that.
if you know what bird is the owner of that song, let us know, because we just thought it was a cool little bird song.
Yeah. So I want to go back to one of the reasons that we came to Bar Harbor was to do the show and meet up with some new friends that we made, the Hicks family.
Oh, we love the Hicks
Such
family.
a wonderful family. We're so grateful. I just wanted to give a special shout out to them because of how much they did for us, and you know, putting the show together and just finding the campground for us. They stay at that campground too.
Yep.
They have a shop right in Bar Harbor where they make like breakfast stuff, and really great family, and just really cool to be around.
So,
we hung out with them for the day one day.
Yeah,
in
they
Bar
did.
Harbor.
They did a little tour for us of Acadia National Park, which was super helpful. They told us all the best places to go, and it's cool because they have an RV too. They're an RV family also, but they stay in Maine for the whole summer, like when it's absolutely beautiful, and they run their little restaurant and store there. And then when the weather gets cold, they head south, in their RV with their whole family, and we just really enjoyed getting to know them and their kids.
And their church. And
their church, yeah. We had a great time. And not only did they do all that for us, but you guys, they really went to bat for us when we remembered at the very last minute that we had to do something with our turtle.
We're headed to Canada, and so they're taking our turtle for us.
Yeah, so going into Canada, they agreed to take Sharpie, because Sharpie is not allowed into Canada. Kona, the cat, is allowed into Canada, but no turtles allowed. So they really helped us out, and so thankful for you guys.
Yes. wanted to just finish this vlog up today. We wanted to show you all about our time at Bar Harbor. We had an amazing time. There's so many things you can do, but I would say if you get a chance to go to Bar Harbor, take your time there.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the scenery. It kind of reminded me of Yellowstone like that. Like we spent, what, a few days in Yellowstone a few years ago, and I'm like, man, I could have stayed. I could have stayed in Acadia for like a month.
Yeah.
Or longer.
It's got a lot of neat little places to find, neat little hikes. You can go rock climbing. You can
so much
go
to
see
do.
the water. I mean, yeah, there's a ton to do there. And I would also say, if by chance you go there and you have some like overcast and rainy days, which I think are typical in that area, don't hesitate to still go out. And there's a big loop that goes around the whole park, and sometimes just driving that loop, even on a dreary day.
Oh yeah,
so
because there
beautiful.
were some dreary days, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. This is why you RV, right?
Yeah.
This is why you get outside and do something. So it's summer, go and do something. Go to a
Yes.
national park, take your family, get outside and go. You only have one life to live. Okay, you only have so many summers in your life. There's only so many days that you can actually get up to Bar Harbor.
Yes.
You know.
And your kids are off school right now. You know, take advantage of those moments. If you have time off of work, then take a family trip.
Yeah, you know you're living when you see like, you know, moose crossing signs on the side of the road. You know, and anyway, so I mean, we
also heard that in Maine, we'll pass this tip on to you guys since somebody gave it to us. But in Maine and that kind of like really north into Canada, you don't drive at night.
Oh yeah, you don't drive at night because moose don't have the reflective eyes like
they don't have
deer
eye
do.
shine. So like you won't see the moose until you've like hit it and it has smashed your car.
Unfortunately, we did not see a moose. I'm not saying I want to get close to the
I wanna
RV,
see
but I
one,
want to
though.
see one.
No.
I wanted to see one. Every time we saw a moose crossing sign, we'd be like, look,
where's
let's
the
see if you can
moose?
find a moose. So anyways, guys, we'll see you next week. Next week we're going to Prince Edward Island and to Nova Scotia too. So I mean, we've got some great stuff we want to show you, and we want to bring you along the journey with us. So thank you once again for being part of our journey. Don't forget, we just released our music video, We Can, this weekend.
Yes.
And so we'll link that up here too. Don't forget to check that out and share that with your friends.
There's a lot of little extra videos that go with that too. So we have the video, we have a story behind the song video. We also have a behind the scenes video where you can see a lot of the work, the hard work that Isaac Aaron Media and his whole crew put into that video. We had a blast with them and they did an amazing job. So make sure you check it out.
So don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Patreon, sign up for our newsletter at TrentonSiobhan.com, and we will see you guys next week. So remember, we can make the world better.
I believe we can.
Bye, guys.
Bye.